Over the last 3 years, Alien Stage has exploded in popularity, bringing over 200 million views to Vivinos' YouTube channel and giving them the opportunity to work on big projects like even animating an entire anime ending, as well as creating a huge online community with some of the biggest creators reacting and talking about it. And this is really well deserved. Mixing beautiful animation with amazing songs and an appealing story, as well as ships and mystery to keep the fandom engaged, Vivinos, ko.yo, and their team have done an amazing job with the series, which guaranteed its rise to popularity. However, they didn't start with this, as Vivinos was already a big channel, although obviously not as huge as it is now, with her series of horror videos which usually featured sapphic couples going through terrible stuff that made her gain the reputation of making viewers cry with every new video, which still keeps happening with Alien Stage. Pretty funny, as she actually started by making cute animations, and is actually still being commissioned by artists to make their music videos, including Roy, J-Fla, Gigi, and Yukika. Guys, go listen to Yukika, she's amazing. As well as helping her girlfriend ko.yo with her own projects. Combining this cutesy vibe and her hairstyle, she decided to post her first video with an original song in October 8, 2021, starting her first longer story that connected throughout different videos called Pink Bxxch Club. Hi everyone, my name is Teacup. In this channel I share random stuff I like or find interesting, so welcome. As I've already mentioned, Vivinos had already a big career online before Alien Stage, and while her biggest project yet has been Alien Stage, she had already started to work with her team since the Jordan River video, so they also worked on Pink Bxxch Club with her. The team, which I think is called Team Forma 9, but I'm not exactly sure, is made up of Vivinos, ko.yo, and Son Lee, who does the VFX, as well as collaborating with Studio Lico for the creation of the songs for Alien Stage and her video Escaping a Dream. Personally my favorite song, I really recommend listening to it. However, for Pink Bxxch Club, the producer ko.yo, who only seems to have worked on another album besides this, was in charge of composing and arranging the songs. Talking now about the story itself, it tells the story of Minako, her dog Pochi, and her friends Gyaruko, Charlotte, and BYT24, who all have their own unique styles inspired by different aesthetics, with Gyaruko following the, as her name says, Gyaru style, in which Japanese people, usually girls, tan their skin or wear darker makeup, and blonde or pastel-colored wigs. Charlotte uses a goth lolita or gothic style with frills, big dresses, and religious imagery. Meanwhile, BYT24 is a robot with a maid aesthetic, and I'm sure you can notice she originally had green hair, but upon realizing she looked pretty similar to another existing character, they redesigned her to this current version. And lastly, Minako, who wears a Y2K style with bright colors and a similar style to Gyaruko, but without the special characteristics of Gyaru culture. This is reinforced by the 90s and 2000s retro anime aesthetic, which Vivinos had already used plenty of times, like in her video Magical Ruru, which is pretty different from the crisper, more cinematic style of Alien Stage. Before continuing though, I want to give a small warning first, as you probably know, if you're a fan of Vivinos, this video will talk about stuff like death, violence, suicide, and similar stuff, so if you feel uncomfortable with it, don't feel pressure to continue watching. Now, coming back to the video, basically the story shows Minako and her friends seem to have fun doing usual girly stuff, but in reality there's something much darker hiding behind, as for example, in the first video called Minako's Room, we are shown what seems to be Minako's online blog, where she posts pictures with Gyaruko and stuff seems to be pretty normal, at least until the video scrolls down to see an entry where she announces Pochi's death. And some days later, she starts asking about how long does it take for me to rot underground, as well as having uploaded a picture wearing Gyaruko's shirt, which hints to Minako having killed her friend and trying to cover it up. This is shown later again in the Pink Bxxch Club video, which is shown to us as if it were an anime opening, where Minako presents her friends and how they decided to form the Pink Bxxch Club together, showcasing the girls doing fun activities until Minako is shown all alone, before everything gets distorted, and she appears wearing the other styles before all of the other girls' bodies appear, implied to be not longer alive. And the video ends, closing with Minako winking at the camera. This all makes sense with the song's lyrics, which include phrases such as, "A girl's secret is a secret forever," "I wanna discover that girl's secret heart, what should I do?" and "A jewel that can shine because we're similar." Which makes sense with some fan theories that arose, where people mentioned how it was clear that Minako had not only killed Gyaruko, but the rest of her friends too, most likely because of jealousy or envy, which would be later shown more deeply in the video Gyaru Talk, where we can see Minako and Gyaruko's makeup routines, And we can first notice Minako putting on golden contacts to imitate Geruko, while her natural eyes are empty black voids, just like we saw at the end of Minako's room. In the video, we hear the girl say different lines, which then are repeated by the other one. But the interesting part is how when Minako imitates Geruko, she seems much less genuine. This of course besides the part in the middle, where Geruko's face gets still distorted, and we can hear Minako's voice, while Geruko saying, "We are friends, right?" loops in the background. These first 3 videos led to fans to theorize that maybe Charlotte and BYT had been created by Minako's imagination, and Geruko was the only real one. Although this seems to be disproved by the following 3 videos: Chinoski, Otomeroid, and Chojon Basalwiri Gal. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation, I don't know Korean. Where we're shown each one of the other 3 girls' backstories, which I won't talk about much as I want you to go watch it for yourself. But something interesting that a commenter pointed out in the Gal video was how Minako seemed to have a sort of savior complex, where she would take in these girls at a low point in their lives and help fix them to feel like a better person. But once they were already good on their own, she would get jealous of them and ultimately end up killing them. This also makes sense if you consider that possibly Minako is the oldest of the group, as shockingly, on an Instagram post, which I originally thought was a joke, Vivinos revealed that Minako and Geruko were both 31 and 25 years old respectively. Where while 30 isn't an old age by any means, judging by the art style and behavior of the characters, most people expected them to be either teenagers or young adults. Besides these main videos, we also have Psychedelic and Onigiri Dance, which are other 2 short-form videos, as well as Pink Bxxch Club, an April Fool's video where the characters are gender-bent, as well as using more Q-Mix art style, which is also seen a lot in Alien Stage, as she's the co-director for both of the series. There are also Instagram accounts for both Geruko and Minako, albeit not for the other 2, which might lend credibility to the theory that they're imaginary, but they both have only 3 posts and haven't posted anything in a while. Yeah, as you can see, the story here is much less clear than Alien Stages is, which might turn some fans off, but for me it's really fun to make up theories and read or watch the rest of the fandoms. I didn't explain much, and it's honestly because I'm not too sure about what's going on either, but I recommend watching Just In Betweeners videos after watching all of the videos if you want a clearer explanation. And if you speak Spanish, you might want to check out the channel Betty and Raquel too, as they have some pretty interesting videos on the series. The songs are also really good, which you can listen to on ko.yo's accounts across different streaming devices. And if you'd like to listen to longer versions of the songs, sorry for the plug, it would be nice if you could check out my extended edits in my YouTube channel, Pretty Prison. They're all compiled in a video and a playlist, so yeah, hope you guys like them. Now, back to the video. As you must have noticed, after Alien Stage released, Pink Bxxch Club was put on some sort of indefinite hiatus, which made even more sense considering the popularity of their new show. Although it was pretty sad for me, as though I really love Alien Stage, I do wish they would conclude Pink Bxxch Club. And seemingly, Alien Stage is nearing its end, as the last video Karma was uploaded recently and there are only left some additional songs. So who knows, hopefully they will continue Pink Bxxch Club now. So please guys, go check it out and support it so Vivinos and Cumin can see that there's still people interested in the story, and they decide to go on with it. That's all I wanted to say for this video. It was a shorter one compared to the last one, but I'm trying to balance these shorter media recommendation videos with the longer investigation ones I'm planning on doing. So hopefully you still liked it, and see you next month for the next one. Unless I end up forgetting about it. In which case, see you in 6 months for the next video. Bye guys!